everybody, I'm Allie. Welcome to Inspire Me Monday at Power Poppy. Today we're going to make a rendition very similar to this one. We're going to change it up and give it a little bit more summery colors instead of the greens and the reds. Stay tuned and I'll show you how we're going to make this. So we're going to start out with a lighter craft colored cardstock, and I have created an A2 sized top folding card to begin, and I have cut a front panel at 4 by 5 1/4. Next, I'm going to be using 2 of our Christmas stamps from Power Poppy. We have Merry Littles right here, and we're going to be using the mitten. Could also use this one here, but I decided to use the one with the little hearts. We're also going to be using this greeting, and we're also going to be using this little bow right here. And our second stamp set that we're going to use is Bow Wow Wow, and I'm actually going to use the triple leafed holly right here. To begin, I have stamped our little mitten here using some Memento Bahama blue ink, and to get it a little bit lighter, because I didn't want it too bright, I stamped off first and then got the second stamping with the lighter blue ink. We're going to take a Copic marker, and of course if you don't have Copics, that's alright, just even a regular marker or even a crayon would do, and I'm going to color in the stripes. This just adds a little bit more blue to our mittens here. Perfect. Then we're going to fussy cut. Next, we're going to take just my little teeny hole punch here, and I'm going to punch a hole in opposite corners of our little mittens, and it's okay that they look right-handed, but mittens can flip over, right? So that's alright, but at least they match. There's our 2 pair of mittens, and let's go on with the next part of our card. The next step, we're going to take this piece of rustic cream cardstock. We're going to create a little bit of pattern paper for the back of our card. So using the same Bahama blue ink and our little teeny bow, I am going to ink up my stamp, and then I'm going to stamp it off first, just onto a scrap piece of paper, because I don't want too strong an ink on this. I want it kind of subtle. And I'm basically just going to stamp the image all over. There we go. Now I'm going to take this. This is the width that I'm concerned about. This is 4 inches, and it matches the same width as our front piece. So I'm going to take this now, and I'm going to tear, just to make it a little bit more interesting here, tear both of the long sides to give it a torn feel. Okay, then we're going to do a little bit of stitching. I'm going to adhere this onto our card front, about 1/3 at the top, and I'll come back with my stitching. So here's our finished stitching on our front panel, and I didn't want it straight. I wanted it kind of whimsical, so I used some zigzag stitches and just some normal stitching, and just give it a little wonky edge. So now we're going to take our edge distresser, and we're going to make this rough and ragged. And to add even more interest, we're going to take some tea dye distress ink and just lightly ink up those edges, just to accentuate that texture. Let's add some more detail to our panel. We're going to use our Bahama Blue ink again and ink up our triple leafed piece of holly. This is just a scrap, so I'm going to stamp it off again just like before. And there we go. And I'm going to fussy cut this out. I'll be right back. Now that we've cut out our piece of holly, I'm just going to make it pop a little bit more, and I'm actually going to just use my fingernails here and bend it along those seams where the leaves are. That way the edges of the leaf are going to pop up a little bit. Just adds a little bit more dimension to your card. Now we're going to add our ribbon detail. And I'm just going to fast forward through this part, but you can take a peek at what I'm doing. Going to add our details here, which include our bow, and we're going to bring back our holly and our mittens. We're going to add foam tape to the back of these to pop these up, and I'm going to fast forward through this and I'll be right back. My little middies. They have a little bit of foam tape underneath. And I'm going to take, before I do anything, I'm going to take this little itty bitty bow. And I'm going to put it a little bit wonky in the center of that. Then I'm going to take these, draw them up, and I've cut another piece of twine, and I'm just going to tie a knot first. This is kind of finicky. Tie a knot and then tie a bow. The nice thing about this is you can adjust it to the length of wherever your knot is. And once again, I'm going to take another glue dot, and I'm just going to place it at the base of that bow. Press that secondary bow on top, and then I'm going to trim my ends here. There's that done. Now we're going to make our little greeting tag. This one says, "Good cheer up in here." So I've cut a white piece of cardstock using the circular stitch die. We're going to use our good old Bahama Blue ink. Ink up our sentiment. to stamp it off on scrap. And then I'm going to try and center the good cheer, not worrying about the rest of the sentiment quite yet. So there's our good cheer. Now I'm going to take my scrap again, and we're just going to ink up that little banner at the bottom because that's really all I need. We're going to stamp this twice, so once off, and then that secondary stamp. And I'm going to fussy cut that out and add it to our card. Last final step, I did actually take a little bit of Copic marker and darkened up our little banner. It's the same Copic marker as that. And I'm going to now use some liquid applique. And this, it comes out quite liquidy. Let me pull a scrap of paper in here. So how the liquid applique works, and you can use it like you can write like a pen. It's got a very nice fine tip, but it makes great little teeny little snowflakes. You can make them a little bit larger, a little smaller, whatever you like. Now you let your liquid dry a little bit, and it doesn't take too long, especially not in the hot weather of July, to get these to dry, and then you take your heat gun. So let me apply my dots and I'll come back and I'll show you the magic. So I have applied our liquid applique and it's pretty close to being dry. It's not far off. So the next thing to do, and I'll do a close-up and I'll show you what you do, what happens when you apply heat. See what happens? They go puffy. So this is originally what they look like. And then they go puffy and they go more opaque, which is very cool. So I'll finish this up and I'll come back with our finished card. So here's our final card. And it's basically just a remake of this one. Just a little bit softer and different color scheme. I thought it might be fun maybe to do a pink set or a purple set. Something that's color schemed out of the normal, which would be kind of fun. So the next time you're wanting to think cool thoughts, maybe you can make some Christmas cards. I hope you've enjoyed my step-by-step card making tutorial today, and I hope it inspires you to make some Christmas cards of your very own. Thanks for joining me today, and have a great day.